What are these two senators saying? The senator from Nebraska, the senator from Arizona. What's their opposition center on?
Their main concern with President Trump's pick for trade representative is with Nafta and what's going to happen with those renegotiations. Senator McCain is from Arizona. It's a state that depends very heavily on cross-border trade with Mexico. And Ben Sasse is from Nebraska, which is a state that depends very heavily on agriculture. So both of those senators have pretty consistently said over the past few months that they're concerned about what the future of Nafta is going to look like and that we need to renegotiate this deal, not scrap it entirely.
How big a deal is it here that Senator Tammy Baldwin has thrown her support behind the nominee? How many other Democrats are standing in line to support him?
Well, every Democrat that they win to the side of this nominee is one more Republican than they can afford to lose if it comes to that. And let me remind you that on trade, it's where President Trump most differs from Republican orthodoxy. He says that he is in favor of deals that will put America first. He's not a fan of these multilateral trade deals that have been typically pursued by Republicans. So in that sense, he kind of agrees more with some Democrats than Republicans, and it gives Republicans more room to stand up for, in favor of these multilateral trade deals if that's what they feel like they need to do to represent their states.
I gather there was a cloture vote today. The Senate will now take up his nomination as a whole. Let me ask you about the role that he's going to play in this administration. You have so many people already dealing with trade issues. The Secretary of Commerce. You've got the head of the White House Trade Council, Peter Navarro, rather. What role is this U.S. trade representative expected to play?
Well, and I think that's a dynamic that you see played out in other issues as well. I mean, when you talk about tax reform, you don't necessarily know who's in charge of it. Is it Mnuchin? Is it Gary Cohn? Is it one of the other? Is it Jared Kushner? And so we see the same thing on trade. You have Ross Navarro, like you said, that are also weighing in on trade. But the trade representative will be a really important role, especially when it gets down to the specifics of that renegotiation on Nafta, which has been in place since 1994 and is a big part of the American economy.